Hello, I am Juliet Inegbidion. I want to quickly take you through the learning management system we are using in Center for Entrepreneurship and General Studies. We are using Moodle. Now let's get on to the site. Log on to your search engine, and when you get in there, type in the web address, which is https://2 we have CE&GS learn.nouedu.net. That is, you could see it here, https://2 CE&GS learn.nouedu.net. Press enter. That is bringing us here. You can see my picture there because I've already entered my picture and the necessary thing. So coming to the dashboard, this is what you find there. These are the courses we have in here. You could see the courses we have in the Center for Entrepreneurship and General Studies. It continues. We still have more into the next one. You can see them. It continues, and we have the last two here. That's about 14 courses we have. Now let's see how this worked. If you come into the platform, to the right, to the right of it, you have the private file online. You'll be able to monitor the number of people that are online at a time. And if you want to discuss with any of them, even as co-students, you have this, you have upcoming events. You could see them here to your right. And to the left, you have the dashboard, you have the calendar, you have the private file, and you have the courses. For this site administration, as a student, you won't see this. It's solely as an administrator. I am registered in as an administrator to be able to do some work at the back end. That is why you could see that. Now, let's quickly see how it works by looking at one of the courses. Now, let's not look at business creation and growth, that is GST 302. Let's see how it goes. I've clicked on my GST 302. Let's see what is going to come out here. Right here, I have announcement for the course. This announcement is not for the whole program, but for this course. So if there is any announcement to be made, I post it here. Either as a facilitator or as an administrator, I put it here. Here is the course guide. If I click on the course guide, you'll see the course guide will open for the student to read, because the course guide is always the first that will guide the student on what is required in the course. I could click my back button to go back. Then here is meet your facilitator. We're going to have facilitators that will facilitate online, and they're going to combine both synchronous and asynchronous. That is real-time facilitation, whereby it will be face-to-face, but it will be online, virtual facilitation. However, it could be complemented with the asynchronous that will not be real-time, because there are other things that the facilitator is going to do. For the real-time facilitation, that is where you come in here and say participate in online class. Right here, we are hoping we'll be able to get the right tool we're going to use here. We are proposing the Congra to use, the Congra app to use. Yes, we'll have the big blue button, we'll have the Adobe Connect, but considering the price, we're looking at this. Once we're able to get this, we'll be able to start our online facilitation that will be real time, that wherever you are in the world as a facilitator, as a student, you'll be able to participate in what is being done. Now let's go back again. Right here, if you go down, we have our module 1. So let's also quickly have module 1, all the modules. In this particular course, we have about 7 modules. So all the 7 modules are embedded in here. And at the end of all the modules, you can see that you have a feedback questionnaire for the students to answer. And what is the purpose of the feedback questionnaire? It will help to know the area that will require review and the area that will need more attention. You know, there might be some area that is not really meeting what is supposed to meet. So this will help us to know what we need to do. Now, again, right here, the students are going to take their TMAs. Their TMAs will be here. But for this particular course, it's a business plan. I will open the one where we will have TMAs. So when it is time for their TMA, they click on this. But again, before they can do their business plan, presentation, they are expected to cover these 6 modules. Once it is covered, then they will be able to take their presentation. But once it's not covered, they can't take their presentation. Now let's see how it works. Let's pick the first one. This is module 1 course material, because we break them according to modules. So let's see what comes up here. Right here under module 1, if we scroll through the module 1, as you go in here, you see that right here also we can link up to the course guide. Now let's click the course guide here. It takes us to the same environment we saw at the beginning. So in this case, the student can easily go to the course guide by going through the course page, or while reading through the material, you will be able to go to the course guide and click on the course guide. The purpose of this is to enable interactivity and make navigation quite easy. The same thing, we have icebreaker. The icebreaker is always very important to help students actually coming into building community presence and social presence, because with the icebreaker you get to introduce yourself, you get to meet with others online, because right here you put in your photograph, you have to recognize and say upload your passport and introduce yourself by stating your name, what you do for a living, your hobby, your expectation in this course, and your expectation in this course. You look at it. We are looking at what do you expect in this course and the name you will prefer to be called, bringing in social presence and community presence. That is what this is all about. So you see that within the course page, within the module page, is able to still go through other things. Then if you still go down, let's still scroll down. By the end of it all, right here, you'll discover that there are some other things that are coming, especially in the summary. All the summary, we try to end it up with a video. We'll have the video, we have the audio, but because of the time frame, we have not been able to link up the audio here, but definitely we're going to link it up. But on the course page, both the audio and video is there. We're going to see it shortly. So right, if I click on this, I will go to the video. It will take me to the video because I've read, and it will take me to the video that should be. That is the video, and this is the person who did the video for us, who is a professor.
So for everything one has to do in life, it has to plan for it. Whether it is business,
so that is a short video that will come in that the student will be able to look at. But if I do not want to go through that process, I felt like, well, I have read my materials, I just want to view the videos alone. I didn't want to go through the page. Then I can come in here. Let's go back. This is my module 1. Right within my module 1, I have my module 1 instructional videos. So I click on my instructional videos. I've clicked and it comes up. These are my instructional videos for, you have unit 1 video, unit 1 audio. So this was the same we listened to a while ago. This is the audio of it. So the student might be in the office and maybe less busy, and you feel like just having something, clip something to his ear and listen. That is the audio. So you see that we have them at different methods. Then if it's the video he wants to look at, he clicks on this, and that will come up with.
And we are going to look at module 1, unit 1, which deals with the business planning process. So for everything one has to do in life, it has to plan for it. Whether it is business, even if you leave your house to go and visit a friend, you have plan. Maybe when you finish discussing with your friends, you go home. Sometimes you may go to other places from there. So for everything you do,
for the purpose of time, I may just break it. It's just for us to see. We could still go through for all the units in these modules. We have both audio and the video part of it for the students to work on. So what we are working on next is the ability for the students to be able to download, because right now it's not downloadable except they are online for them to watch and listen to it. But however, we have a plan of putting them in CD and sending them to all the study centers. We don't have the ability for now to give to each student, but however, we'll drop with for each study center director. They can duplicate the videos for the students that they can take along offline. They can play it along. At the same time, the course material can be printed. They can print them offline. You go online and you print your material, off you go. Now let us look at another course. Let's come in here. Let's go to my dashboard again and pick another course that has, let's pick another course that has TMAs. Now I pick this, Introduction to Philosophy and Logic. That's Introduction to Philosophy and Logic. And I scroll down, the same thing is applicable here. Right here, we have discussion forum. This is another way we bring in a community presence. Even in the other course, there are discussion forum. So we didn't get to the part. So in this place, in this discussion forum, if I click on my discussion forum, all it does is that it takes the student to where it needs to contribute. And this discussion forum participation of the students in the forums will attract 10 marks. It will attract 10 marks. There is a record. It's expected that the student must meet 75% participation in the forum. Because wherever you are, you can participate. And what is this about? Is to help the student to learn. It will assist the student to learn. Because while participating, the student is learning what it ought to do. Right here, let's look at philosophical view. What is being expected? Because the student is going to contribute. It said, in your context, state and explain 3 main relationships between philosophy and academic discipline. At the end, it said, read the post. If you look at number 5 here, if you look at the down part number 5, it said, read the post of 2 other persons and write your comment on each from philosophical view. So what this one is requiring us to do is that we write our comments. So while doing this, the student is learning. So we force the student to learn. We assist the student to learn. That is one of the things, again, that is done here. So right here, you can move up, you can jump, you can move. So we can go straight here, 203, and if you scroll down, while reading, you can even jump to any other course. Now, if I go to, let's open Module 1, for example, here. I've opened my Module 1, and while going through the Module 1, it's opening. Now I've gone through my Module 1. If you go in through it again, right here, I can link up with the other, with my course guide, with my icebreaker, with the videos and the rest of them. See, I can do so many in here. That is all. It's the same thing. It goes. The same thing goes. But right now, what I want us to quickly look at here, you see, why I am in that the course material, I can jump to wherever I want to be. I can go back to my online class. I can come here and go to my instructional videos without necessarily exiting with this back button. So I can come here, click this, and navigate and go to wherever I want to go within this place. Let's assume I want to go to my TMA Tutor Mark Assessment 1. I click on that and it will take me to my Tutor Mark Assessment. The questions have not been uploaded, that is why I say. And again, for the Tutor Mark assignment, let me quickly take us back again. The student is assisted to read, because some of us we've discovered that the students don't read. And what is there? There is a restriction here. The restriction says for these activities to be done, for the student to be able to take TMA assessment, that is the Tutor Mark Assessment 1, the student would have read through the Module 1 and Module 2 course material. So you see that when this is done, it makes it easier for the students to walk through and assimilate. If we are able to get this along with the students, it will help us greatly to assist the students and preventing all those quack that normally extort money from them in the way of business center or giving them lectures. I will be able to save them from those things. And to get this thing to fly properly, I really want to suggest if we could get the students laptop or tablets, we could make the student to pay through the period of their schooling. And once you have a tablet or the computer for the students, it could be configured for them to be able to learn. And what are we going to put into it? We're going to configure it for this learning, putting in there the videos and the audios offline, and at the same time install the learning management system. So wherever they are, wherever they go, they will be able to do their learning along and be able to do their TMAs without actually being extorted by some other persons. And again, if we get this along, we'll be able to get the right teaching that we need for our students, because you will get one person somewhere to facilitate so many students at a time. However, such facilitator could be assisted. And when we do this, it will go a long way. So at this point, I want to bring it to a close. But before I do that, I want to appreciate everyone that has worked with me, the content experts that took time to write the content, and then to and fro, we had to do a lot of corrections here and there. Those that did the video, which are the content experts, I appreciate them. Then my staff in CE&GS, I appreciate each and every one of them. And most especially, I want to appreciate the virtual coordinator who worked with me tirelessly to ensure the learning management system was put in place. He was the one that developed the learning management system, and that is the person of Dr. Adeshino Adewale. I appreciate you. Please, when you see him, help me greet him. And finally, for the CE&GS, as the university is about starting the LMS directorate, once it takes off, CE&GS will willingly hand over this platform to that directorate. All we did is to get it started, to ensure that things are done right. Thank you for listening.